All right. Yeah. Yo, yo, yo. What is good, everybody? It is the godfather of gaming, the ageless wonder, the VR king of the crumb side. Your boy, Lincoln Clay, coming back at you with another video. And so, let me see. Definitely got something that was on my mind today, but before I get into that, I want to start off by saying that I just took a look at at No Man's Sky in VR. There was an update today that was like over 2 gigs. I don't know if that was supposed to be the pro patch or or stability fixes. I don't know what it was, but I did take a look at it, and to me it looks better. It's not blurry. It's not razor sharp, but it's not blurry either. So make no mistake, PC still looks better, but this, what I saw, I thought was definitely a noticeable improvement. So, hey, kept plugging away at it, and it looks pretty good. So now I think it looks good enough now that I probably finally came to a point where it doesn't matter to me what I play it on, PSVR or PC. So that's pretty good. And if that wasn't supposed to be the pro patch, then shit, we'll see how that ends up looking. Okay, so on to what I wanted to talk about. So I was watching Sick Humor's podcast today, or at least a good chunk of it. Shout out to Sick Humor. And at some point they got to talking about crossplay. And because I think crossplay, I guess, is out of the beta stage or whatever it was on PlayStation. So they talked about that a little bit. And so that got me thinking about, Call of Duty. Modern Warfare. As you guys know, that is going to be crossplay. And I guess I think this thing is going to play out exactly the way I kind of predicted. The first time, when Phil Spencer, his goons and his goonettes, when they first started pushing for crossplay, which they had, got it from PC, but they, tried to push and vilify Sony into this crossplay thing. So I was strongly against crossplay because I felt like it would stifle sales, and I still believe it'll stifle sales. There could be a person who may have an Xbox, but may have a bunch of friends on PlayStation, and if he wants to play with them, then he would have to go get a PlayStation. But by allowing crossplay, he won't need to go get a PlayStation in order to play Call of Duty with his friends. He only needs a copy for whatever console he has. That in turn stifles sales. Now, if developers find a way to make crossplay work for them, then they will push for it more and more. And I think the more developers that get on board with crossplay, the more that's going to stifle sales of consoles. And in the case of Sony, since most of their eggs are in the PlayStation basket, I felt like it was important for the console to sell, for us to continue to get the great exclusives that we have. And by allowing crossplay, that's going to stifle sales of the console. And if the console's not selling, then we may not get these great games that we've been getting this generation. And from the Activision side, I thought it was just plain stupid. Why would you want crossplay? Naturally, most of the copies are going to sell on the PlayStation. So with 100 million PlayStations out there, that's a potential 100 million units sold. And with an estimated 40 million Xboxes out there, that's a potential 40 million units sold there. Which we know it's not going to, we know it's not going to come nowhere near those numbers. But if I had to put a number on it, we could probably say that it would probably sell between 10 and 15 million on the PlayStation and maybe 5 million on an Xbox. But by keeping the platforms separate, then you probably, Activision would probably stand to sell another million copies for people who have both consoles and want to own a copy on both consoles so they can play with friends on both consoles. So I thought that would be, I thought they would be stifling sales of their game if they allow crossplay. But I figured if they want crossplay, they must have figured out a way to make money off of it. And I think they're going to do it the same way I figured that Epic might do with Fortnite. When I had speculated that that if these developers get crossplay, they're going to try to use it to their advantage by they're going to try to monetize it by instigating the console war. Whoever you play against, you're gonna be able to see what platform they're representing, if you want to put it that way. And they're gonna incentivize each platform to try to beat the other one. So, and in the case of Fortnite, I don't know if exactly that's what they did, but I'm almost certain Activision is going to do it with Call of Duty. Now remember, they filed a patent a few years ago for a matchmaking algorithm that would match good players against bad players. The purpose of this is to basically create an outcome which will prompt people on the bad end of that outcome to purchase pay-to-win microtransactions. The purpose of that algorithm is you get matched up against somebody. If you're not a very good player, you get matched up against people who are good. You get your ass kicked. You see what weapons they use. The people that beat you, you see what weapons they use to beat you. That in turn makes you think that the reason why you lost is because you were outgunned, which would incentivize someone to go and purchase loot boxes in the hopes of gaining weapons and upgrades that will even the playing field. So as a reward, to make you feel good about your purchase, Activision would then match you up against people who are a lower level than you, and you end up beating them, and then you feel good about your purchase, and then the people that you beat, the cycle starts all over again for that person that got beat. I still think they're going to use that algorithm and integrate it with crossplay. And they're going to, in the catalyst for generating all these microtransactions will be by way of instigating the console war. So, ultimately, I think is what's going to happen. Let's go back to when I played the beta. And I was telling you guys that when I played from the Xbox, all I could see was other Xbox players and PC players. When I played from the PlayStation, all I could see was PS4 players and PC players. When I played from PC, everyone was in there. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, they were all in there. So I think their big master plan, I think they're going to wait until the game has been out for a little bit before they slowly start to work that master plan in there. So the seat's getting a little bit warm. Let's turn it down. I think ultimately what's going to happen is they're going to treat the platforms like factions. PlayStation is going to be one faction. Xbox is going to be a faction. PC is going to be a faction. Turn the lights on here. And what I think ultimately is going to happen is I think they're going to insert modes into the game. For instance, a team deathmatch. I think they're going to give you like 2 choices, like 3 choices maybe. So I'll use the Xbox. I'll use the Xbox, for example, because whatever plan that Activision might be hatching, the Xbox are the ones most likely to feed into it. So you're Xbox, so your faction is Xbox, whatever you want to call it. And for instance, a team deathmatch mode, you will have a choice whether to just mix it up and play against, and it won't matter what platform. Then there may be a mode where you can choose to go up against PC people. So it would be a team deathmatch of Xbox versus PC, or you could choose to go up against PlayStation gamers, and you would have a team deathmatch of PS4 versus Xbox. Which that one is, if they were to implement something like that, those would be the most likely matches that you would see. I think they're going to put up stats of which faction or which platform is winning the most matches to further instigate the console war, or maybe in this case you might want maybe a platform war, because I expect the PC people to run their mouths, especially if they end up having an advantage with mouse and keyboard and processing power and all that kind of shit. If they end up having an advantage, they are definitely going to run their mouths. But in any case, so now where I think that that patented matchmaking algorithm comes in is, okay, you're an Xbox. You choose to play a team deathmatch against the PlayStation format. PlayStation gamers will kick the Xbox people asses for like maybe 2 weeks. So they'll throw up a stat of who been winning the most matches over the past couple of weeks, and then you'll see that the PlayStation format has probably been winning like 62% of matches and that kind of shit. And then Activision comes out with, like, say something like a battle pass that might normally cost $20, but they offer it, but today it's on sale at 25% off, and you can get that battle pass for $15, and then it contains weapons and upgrades enough to shift the advantage towards the Xbox. So now over the next couple of weeks, now the Xbox are winning most of the matches. Then they start talking shit, and the PlayStation people start crying. So maybe, who knows, maybe a couple of weeks after that, now that discount shifts over to the PlayStation side. They purchase those upgrades. Now that algorithm kicks in, and then those PlayStation people gets mixed up against, they get matched up against weaker Xbox people or weaker PC people. They win. They start running their mouths. The Xbox start crying. Now they throw some other kind of incentive at them to keep this console war going. Maybe they'll have a double XP weekend for the Xbox. And then the next week do the same thing for the PlayStation people. But the whole thing is Their way of monetizing this game and giving this game long legs, longevity, is to keep all factions at each other's throats, to keep, to keep the council war alive. They are not doing this for some kind of kumbaya shit. They are doing this to cash in on this council war. So when you look at the big picture, this crossplay to me is going to stifle sales. So you only need to buy it on whatever console you have or PC. But the people that have already bought the game, they're going to use the console war to incentivize people to pay for pay-to-win microtransactions in order to give them an edge against their heated rivals. But, it may not happen exactly the way I described it, but it's going to be like in the general, that's going to be, I think, the general ballpark of what's going to happen. Where am I at? 68th Division? Alright, I'll drive a couple of more miles. Get ready to head on back. So yeah, that's and that's the biggest reason why I agree with the quartering when I saw his video talking about the Modern Warfare crossplay. He believes that that Activision gave up the marketing rights, as well as that survival mode being exclusive to the PlayStation format for a year in exchange for crossplay. Because even though Sony gave into the Fortnite thing, the crossplay on that, I don't think they were just going to up and do it on any game. I think it was going to be a case-by-case basis where, okay, do we stand to lose a lot of money if we allow crossplay? And I wouldn't be surprised if, Activision came to them. This is how we are going to monetize this game. This is how we're going to make this game last for years and years and years. We gotta make this crossplay happen. What would it take to make crossplay happen? And Sony probably gave them their terms. And I think that's why you have Sony with the marketing rights, as well as an exclusive feature or mode for the next year. I don't think I'll get on the highway. So I think that's about all I got. So if you start to see the console war erupt on a Call of Duty game, remember, I warned you guys this was going to happen. With that being said, I am hungry as hell. About to head on home, grab a bite to eat. What is it, 7 o'clock? I got laundry to do. So I guess I'll go ahead and play something while I'm doing the laundry. So, oh, excuse me. So if that be the case, keep your eyes open on Twitch. Let's see here. Come on now. Come on now. In my way now. You're in my way now. All right, y'all. We'll boogie on out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If I decide to stream something, on Twitch, I don't know. We'll probably shoot for like 9 o'clock Eastern time. All right. Damn. I will holler at y'all later. Deuces.